motion and a second. And actually, let me do this. Mr. Cooper, before I arrive, do we know that we have a quorum for this committee?
You would need to go ahead and do a roll call as well. Quorum has actually been suspended under the emergency rules, but we do just need a roll call.
Okay. Let's quickly do a roll call. I guess, is there, we've got a motion and a second. Can I come back to roll call, or can I actually do that in the middle of the motion?
You can come back to roll call. That's fine.
All right. Let's say all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, excellent. Now we will call the roll of the Traffic, Parking, and Transportation Committee of Council. Hang on one moment. All right, Mr. Cash, Ms. Johnston,
Present.
Mr. Nash,
Present, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Parker, and Ms. Vercher. Okay, I've got myself, Johnston, and Nash. That is enough for a quorum, which we don't need anyway. And now I believe we can proceed with business, having passed that.
I'm here. Cash.
Oh, great. Thank you, Mr. Cash. All right. We will proceed. The first item I've got on our agenda is Resolution RS 2020-202. This is a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement by and between the state of Tennessee, Department of Transportation, and the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, acting by and through the Metropolitan Department of Public Works for signal maintenance for I-440 traffic operational deployment of Bluetooth spectra over Ethernet, PoE, data collection devices, state number 99-111-460404, PIN, et cetera. This has been very heavily debated in the Public Works Committee. I would say some of that is going to come to the floor tonight. My understanding is that this was actually a deferral motion was made in Budget and Finance yesterday evening. My personal preference would be, since I've been deeply involved in the discussion in Public Works, that unless members have specific concerns that they are fearful will not be addressed by the Public Works discussion, that we can go ahead and get this to the floor since it has been vetted by multiple committees. So I would accept a motion to approve, although, because I think at this point, Mr. Cooper, am I correct that a motion to defer would be non-binding?
That's correct.
All right. So we could defer, but anyone could choose to move it on the floor anyway. I think at this point, I have enough of my questions either satisfactorily resolved or pending in a way that Public Works can deal with them, and that gives me comfort allowing this to move out of this committee.
I'll make that motion.
Nash.
All right, I've got a motion. Mr. Nash, do you care to second?
I'll second.
All right, and did you want to have discussion, Mr. Nash?
No, I was glad to hear that your concerns had been answered.
Yeah, I think we've made a lot of progress between Public Works and TDOT and the vendor over the past few weeks. So I think we're getting to good shape on this. And I think between floor discussion and anything else that needs to happen, I'm content moving it. Anybody else have discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, very good. I have reviewed the remaining items on our agenda and would be content to take them as a consent agenda. We have BL 2020-228, BL 2020-229. Oh, sorry, I need to read the captions. An ordinance to amend the geographic information system street and alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by abandoning portions of Collins Park Drive right-of-way. BL 2020-229 is an ordinance to amend the geographic information system street and alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by abandoning a portion of Merritt Avenue right-of-way between Hagan Street and the railroad right-of-way. BL 2020-230 is an ordinance to amend the geographic information system street an alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by abandoning a portion of alley number 312 right of way from North 9th Street to alley number 278. BL 2020-231, an ordinance to amend the geographic information system street and alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by abandoning a portion of alley number 2005 right of way from the dead end south of Fern Avenue to the dead end north of Fern Avenue. BL 2020-232, an ordinance to amend the geographic information system street and alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County by abandoning a portion of alley number 146 right of way from Lafayette Street to Elm Street. Actually, let me pull that one off. We'll come consider that one separately. And that has got us. I would accept a motion to take all but I believe 232 on consent.
So moved.
So moved.
Seconded.
Nice tag teaming there. That is some excellent
There's an
work.
echo.
I'm proud of all of us. All right. Any discussion on any of those abandonments? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that brings us to those. And I apologize to committee members here because I know as our designee to the Traffic and Parking Commission, my only report related to BL 2020-232 is that I missed the most recent Traffic and Parking Commission meeting from illness, and I do want to defer this one meeting so that I can get a staff update before I determine whether or not this is worth council considering based on Traffic and Parking Commission input. So I would accept a motion for a one meeting deferral.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second for a one meeting deferral. Any discussion on this? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, that will be moved to a one meeting deferral. Thank you, everyone. I believe that concludes the business of the Traffic Parking and Transportation Committee.
We're glad you're feeling better, Mr. Chair.
I will tell you, having had flu-like symptoms for a 24-hour period, I'm very glad to be back on my feet and not experiencing that any longer.
Amen.